Breaking news. The LA Chargers may have just made one of the most underrated moves of the entire offseason, and hardly anyone's talking about it. But what if I told you this move could quietly reshape their offensive identity? Stay locked in, because what you're about to hear could change how you see the Chargers' future. While most fans and analysts were focused on headline names and flashy trades, the LA Chargers pulled a silent power move, and it's one that could seriously pay off. It wasn't the kind of move that made front-page news, but it's the type of move smart teams make when they're planning long-term success. And no, we're not just talking about any random player here. We're talking about Rocket Sanders. Now, Rocket didn't get the same media buzz as top prospects, but make no mistake, this guy is a sleeper with explosion written all over him. He's 6 foot, 217 pounds, clocked a blazing 4.46 in the 40-yard dash, and averaged nearly 5 yards per carry, even while banged up last season. Before we dive deeper into this game-changing pickup, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, drop a like, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so you never miss a major Chargers update. Now, let's get back to the big story. Here's what makes it even more interesting. According to reports, the Eagles were eyeing Rocket Sanders too. In fact, a Philly insider confirmed that the Eagles had a virtual meeting with him before the draft. That's no small thing. When a team like the Eagles shows interest, you know there's real potential on the table. And the Chargers? They beat them to it. Let me know in the comments, do you think Rocket Sanders will make the 53-man roster, or will he push someone off the depth chart? One thing's for sure, this move might look minor now, but it could become a major storyline come September. The Chargers' backfield just went from a patchwork solution to a legit weapon, and it's happening faster than people realize. Last season, it was all about hoping guys stayed healthy, trying to squeeze production from a thin rotation. But now, you look at this group, and you see real depth, real talent, and Rocket Sanders might be the biggest reason why. Here's what makes this story powerful. Jim Harbaugh didn't just like what he saw. He singled Rocket out. At rookie minicamp, Harbaugh made it clear, I know him well. He's got great tape. But it didn't stop there. Rocket Sanders was the only undrafted player who didn't have to participate in special teams conditioning drills. Why? Because Harbaugh already sees him as a lock, not a tryout guy, not a filler. And Harbaugh isn't the only one impressed. Pro Football Focus labeled Sanders as an undrafted free agent to watch, highlighting his rare agility, reliable hands, and ability to make defenders miss in space. He ranked in the 100th percentile for forced missed tackles, and 72nd in yards after contact per rush. That's not just good, that's elite. Even NFL analyst Lance Zierlein predicted him to be one of the biggest risers post-draft. And let's not forget, your GM admitted they had a draftable grade on him, but were lucky to land him after the draft. So ask yourself, a 6'0", 217-pound back, running a 4.46, forcing missed tackles like a first-rounder. How did the league let this guy slip? The Chargers didn't just add depth. They might have just found a diamond hiding in plain sight. Now imagine this backfield. Najee Harris, Omarion Hampton, and Rocket Sanders. That's not just solid, it's dangerous. You've got Najee, a proven veteran, coming off 4 straight 1,000-yard seasons, and he did it with Pittsburgh, where the offense has been stuck in the mud for years. If he can grind out 1,000 yards behind that line, just picture what he can do with the Chargers' improved run scheme. He's still in his prime, still physical, and still hungry. Then there's Omarion Hampton, a draft pick with burst, vision, and upside. He's the perfect complement. Younger legs, powerful frame, and the kind of ceiling coaches love to bet on. Hampton brings energy. Najee brings experience. And behind them, Rocket Sanders, waiting to explode. Let's break this down even deeper. Sanders versus Hampton. College comparison. Sanders, 3,100 rushing yards. Hampton, 3,500, both around 5.5 yards per carry. Sanders, 28 rushing TDs. Hampton, 36 rushing TDs. Receptions? Almost identical. Receiving yards? Both around 700. Receiving touchdowns? Nearly the same again. The numbers tell the truth. These two backs are neck and neck in production. One just came through the draft. The other went undrafted. And yet, their output says they're cut from the same cloth. That's what makes this even more exciting. Hampton may be the draft pick, but Rocket is right there with him, ready to push, ready to prove, and ready to carve out his own role. This isn't just a backfield. It's a three-headed monster. And Rocket Sanders might be the X factor nobody saw coming. Let's be real. The biggest mystery isn't how good Rocket Sanders is. It's how he went undrafted in the first place. When you look at the tape, the size, the speed, and the production, it's almost shocking. He wasn't just good. He was explosive. A runner with one-cut acceleration, home run potential, and the vision to break a game wide open. Now compare that to Omarion Hampton, who brings a steady drumbeat of production. He's the guy who can carry the load, find the end zone, and do a little bit of everything. He's dependable, Rocket. He's the spark. Together, they bring balance and danger, the kind of combo that defenses can't prepare for. And what's crazy is, the offense around them is finally starting to click into place. Mike Williams may have walked, but the wide receiver room is deeper than ever. Quentin Johnston? Maybe he figures it out. Maybe he doesn't. But guess what? It doesn't matter anymore. Because Trey Harris is coming, Ladd McConkey is smooth, and Darius Davis adds another layer of speed. Oh, and don't forget Brendan Rice, who's already turning heads in camp. Weapons? The Chargers finally have them. Now shift to the offensive line. Rashawn Slater locks down the blind side. Zion Johnson is powerful inside. And if Mekhi Becton stays healthy, that right side might become a wall. The only real question left is the center-left guard combo. That'll sort itself out once the pads come on. Tight end? The vets are solid, but Armin Gadsden, too, is getting all the buzz. Coaches are raving. Players are noticing. Media's catching on. He's the wild card in this offense, could be a star. And at the heart of it all, you've got a quarterback with the arm, the poise, and now, finally, the support. This isn't just a rebuild. It's a reload with firepower everywhere. Now here's where it all comes together. You've got Najee Harris and Omarion Hampton, your two workhorses. They're the foundation. Reliable, physical, proven. But this is the modern NFL. You need a third back, someone who can step in the second there's an injury, a rotation shift, or just to keep legs fresh. And that's exactly where Rocket Sanders fits in. Not just as insurance, but as a threat. He's the type of back who can come off the bench and immediately tilt momentum. Think about what teams like the Lions are doing. Two top-tier backs, plus a third who slides in seamlessly when needed. That's what wins in today's league. Now zoom out. Look at the other side of the ball. The Chargers' defense last season didn't make sense. On paper, it shouldn't have been as good as it was. But it worked. And now with Jesse Minter and Jim Harbaugh running the show, that same Ravens-style blueprint is being locked into place. This isn't about chaos or flashy blitz packages. This is about discipline, structure, and suffocating consistency. Michigan fans know exactly what this transformation looks like. Before Minter arrived, it was blitz-heavy madness under Don Brown, fun to watch against bad teams, but it crumbled against real competition. Then came the Ravens' way. Minter brought calm, structure, purpose. No more guessing. No more chaos. Just a well-oiled machine where every player knows their job and does it with precision. That's the energy Harbaugh is bringing to LA. Not flash. Not hype. Just results. So when you put it all together, a balanced backfield, emerging wideouts, a reliable offensive line, and a calculated defense led by elite coaching, you're not looking at a rebuild anymore. You're looking at a fully retooled contender. And Rocket Sanders, he's not just part of the story. He might be the spark that ignites it all.